Hey, what's going on, everyone? Sly here with Flo and D. Just got out of the gym, man, and it took a while, man, because this guy was talking to every damn girl at the gym. Anyway, man, let's get down to it. Jordan Mason, 3 rushing attempts in 2 games. A guy that was one of the best running backs in the league. I think he was, number 2, 3 in rushing yards. Hasn't touched the ball at all since Christian McCaffrey came back, man.
When can I see you again?
What's up, man? What's going on? Is he pretty much going to be done for the season, 1 or 2 carries a game, or do you think he'll get his chance, man? What do you guys think, buddy?
All right, first off, the reason I was talking to all these chicks, I was trying to show Kyle Shanahan you need a stable of talent to be able to go on every Sunday. You need to be able to, you have your number 1 option. Yeah, that's great. But the 2 and 3 are just as important. You got to keep those legs fresh on number 1. If you run them, what was the reason Christian McCaffrey missed this entire season? Because freaking Kyle Shanahan uses this guy, kind of how, like, you know, when we were younger, we played that game Pokemon. You'd use the same freaking Pokemon all the time because you didn't know better. You didn't realize you needed that team. Yeah. And that's how Kyle Shanahan runs his freaking offense. It's always just through Christian McCaffrey. I wouldn't be even surprised if this guy gets hurt before the end of the season, the way he's going to be using them, or that he's going to use them from now on.
Yeah.
And Jordan Mason, man, he deserves the touches. Look at what he was doing, weeks, pretty much the whole entire first half of the season. This guy was dominating. He was even behind our shitty line. He was still freaking making things happen, and now it looks like he has to freaking be in the doghouse again.
Yeah,
I think he's pretty much done. Just because you look at like the good teams. So who's one of the best teams in the NFL right now? You look at the Chiefs. They got Isaiah Pacheco coming back, but watch, they're gonna like slowly bring him up slowly and still probably use Kareem Hunt. I wouldn't even doubt it if that team, for example, uses like a 1-2 punch. For us, man, right when Christian McCaffrey came back, they used them 99% of the time. I think Mason last game only got like 2 touches. 2 touches, yeah. And then that was it. We didn't see him for the rest of the game. And then Guerrero was only there just for like the returns. And it's just like, man, dude, like how you were mentioning earlier that he was one of the top rushers in the league. He was having a solid year, and finally, with like, that was Grant's boy, he was finally happy as player was getting some playing time. And then now we're just like, oh, like here we go again. And I'm not very like surprised, because you look at even like some of like our rookies, the 2 games before, Ricky Purcell, he had like a phenomenal game. Last game, he didn't even do anything. Didn't even throw in the ball at all. And so just typical Kyle, man. We're only focusing on certain players and forcing it to them. And Christian McCaffrey, he had 2 major Achilles injuries, and now we're giving him 99% of the ball. That doesn't make any sense. That's like wishing for your player to get hurt. So knock on wood, that doesn't happen, but it's just ridiculous, man. Instead of using like a 1-2 punch, McCaffrey runs it like majority of the time and then just use Mason at the end zone. Man, I wouldn't even like doubt it. Like if Mason didn't even play at all this year, it's like, it's so ridiculous.
It kind of reminds me, you guys remember Kyle Shanahan with Ayuk the first 2 years?
Yeah.
He was in the doghouse for 2 years. He just would not be used for some reason. And it seemed like it's going to be this exact same thing, man. Jordan Mason, those 2 runs that he did, he made something out of nothing, man. He found the hole, and he looked, honestly, let's be real. Does McCaffrey look 100%?
No.
Like, he doesn't look what
he barely got back.
Yeah, he barely got back, dude. It reminded me, McCaffrey reminds me of how Ayuk was at the beginning of the season. He had no training camp or whatever. He looked slow. That's what it is. So, bro, you got to play the best players. It doesn't make sense. And one thing I heard today, which actually, it broke my heart, but I knew it was going to happen. During the press conference, they asked him, is Devondre Campbell, is he still going to be starting like now that D. Winters looks like he's ready to go? What did he say? No, Devondre Campbell's our boy. He's going to be starting the rest of the season. Like, oh my gosh. It's just, I like Kyle, but these player personnel decisions are just, I don't get, man. It happened all through since he's been with the coach, man. It's just, it doesn't make sense, man. Right when we started, I was like, Pierre Garçon, dude, the fossil, Malcolm Smith, the other fossil, same exact things happened. It's a new, it was like over and over and over again. Jordan Mason, dude, his legs are fresh, man. They are fresh, ready to go. And I don't know, man. This is like guys, man. Guys, a lot of times they tend to go for the younger girls, you know. That's just how it is, man. I'm not saying me. I'm just saying that's how it is, man. They like the young, fresh ones. Kyle, I don't know. It seems like he's into the older chicks. He's into the people that are just, you know, over the hill. I'm not saying that McCaffrey is, but you have a young lion, Jordan Mason, ready to go. Jacob Cowing, man. He had his 1 good game because everyone else was hurt. Dominated against KC. We haven't even seen him. He got concussion, obviously, last week, but he wasn't going to be playing receiver, man. There's no way. He'd rather put Ronnie Bow in there. So, I mean, it's frustrating, man. Seeing that, I'm like, come on, man. Jordan Mason deserves a chance. He's earned it, man. He's earned the chance. He was like one of the MVP running a few weeks ago. And now all of a sudden he can't get a damn carry. It doesn't make sense, man. It doesn't.
And it doesn't make sense just for the offense because we've only been throwing it to two people, Jennings and McCaffrey, and now teams are going to be game planning for that. And it's just that we don't start feeding the ball to everybody and everyone getting playing time. It just, man, like we're going to have these like bad losses, and it's just like it's heartbreaking because these are games that we shouldn't even be losing, but we're losing it right at the fourth quarter.
Anything else, man?
That was pretty much it for me.
I'm just saying pretty much, man. It's heartbreaking. Tim Kawakama of I think with a San Francisco Post, I don't know what it is, but he said something really telling. He's like, the 49ers season, it's not over. It's not the end of the road, but you could see the road at the end of the line. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's so true. Because I mean, Kyle, in order for us to change it around, he's got to do changes, man. All through the years. Remember Mike Nolan? We're not going to make no changes. We're just going to keep it. Players got to execute. And that we hear that over and over again. And it's kind of the same exact thing we're hearing from Kyle, man, these past few weeks. It's like, no, we're going to keep doing the same exact thing. And it drives me crazy, man. It does drive me crazy because there's young Lions out there that want their chance, man. Cowing, he deserved it. He wanted that chance. Hasn't happened. Jordan Mason, obviously, that chance. Drake Nugent, man, he was one of the best players in preseason. We have Jake Brenda, who's ranked the 42nd rate center. There's only 32 centers starting, and how could you be 42? It doesn't make any sense. You have backups that are better than this guy, but he's just gonna keep his boys, man. I like how I don't say he should be fired because we did the same mistake with Harbaugh, but you could criticize them, dude. There's nothing wrong with criticizing them. I mean, come on, dude. Something's got to be done. All the players all the fans are talking about it. This ain't rocket science. It's not rocket science. You know exactly what's going on, man. Just like that timeout. Remember they called 2 timeouts? Man, if I were Kyle Shanahan, I would have been screaming my ass off. I'd be like, what are you doing, man? They can't call 2 timeouts. I got a ref over there. I don't know, man. I like Kyle, but he's just got to grow some balls, man. He's got to grow some balls and freaking do the right thing, man. Play the best players, man. I don't care what PFF says about Colin McKivitz, dude. Get someone else out there. You know, Jordan Mason, give him more reps, man. Put both him and Christian McCaffrey out there together, man. Instead of Juice out there. Come on, it just doesn't make sense. So I say just play him more, man. Play him more because you can't be leaving this guy out to rot. He's going to become an unrestricted free agent after this year. You're just letting these players rot, go to another team. Doesn't make sense to me. I'm sorry I'm going on a rant right here, but we got to do something, man. We're 5-5 right now. Fans should be frustrated, especially that they're going to be raising the price. You know, you go every year, like 2-3 times a year. Come on, man. You got to have a better product out there. It doesn't make sense, man. All
right. Well, you guys let us know in the comments what you guys think about Jordan Mason. Is he going to see the field again this year? Like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell. See y'all next time.
Peace.